Hello everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Invincible, where we explore the epic battles between some of the most powerful beings in the universe. Today, we're diving into the showdown between two unstoppable forces, Conquest and Invincible. Conquest, the infamous Viltrumite warrior, has arrived on Earth to assert his dominance and crush anyone who stands in his way. But standing in his path is Invincible, our hero who is willing to do whatever it takes to protect his planet and its people. In this battle of strength, speed, and strategy, who will come out on top? Will Invincible be able to defeat this formidable foe, or will Conquest reign supreme? Buckle up and get ready for an intense showdown. Before going further, let's take a closer look at who Invincible and Conquest are. Our first combatant is none other than Invincible, also known as Mark Grayson. Created by Robert Kirkman, Invincible is a superhero who hails from the Image Comics universe. Mark Grayson is the son of Nolan Grayson, aka Omni-Man, and Debbie Grayson. He inherited his superhuman abilities from his father, which include super strength, flight, invulnerability, and rapid healing. To briefly explain, Omni-Man is a complex figure in the world of superheroes. Initially introduced as a seemingly invincible protector of Earth, Nolan's true nature is gradually revealed throughout the Invincible series. As a member of the Viltrumite race, Nolan possesses immense strength, speed, and durability, making him one of the most powerful beings on the planet. Despite his formidable powers, Omni-Man's greatest strength lies in his character development. Throughout the series, he grapples with conflicting loyalties and moral dilemmas, ultimately undergoing a profound transformation. From a loyal soldier of the Viltrumite Empire to a reluctant defender of Earth, Omni-Man's journey is one of redemption and self-discovery. As a father, Nolan's relationship with Mark is central to his character arc. Despite their tumultuous history, Nolan genuinely cares for his son and seeks to impart wisdom gained from his own experiences. His actions, both heroic and flawed, leave a lasting impact on Mark's development as a hero and a person. But what truly sets Invincible apart is not just his powers, but his unwavering sense of justice and determination to do what's right. Throughout his journey, Invincible has faced numerous challenges, from battling supervillains to navigating the complexities of heroism while trying to maintain a semblance of a normal life. Despite the odds, he has always stood firm in his commitment to protecting Earth and its inhabitants from all threats. And facing off against Invincible is Conquest, a fearsome Viltrumite warrior known for his brutality and combat prowess. As a member of the Viltrumite Empire, Conquest serves as one of their most formidable enforcers. The Viltrumites are a race of superpowered beings who possess incredible strength, speed, and longevity. They are driven by a desire for conquest and dominance, seeking to expand their empire by any means necessary. Among the Viltrumites, Conquest is renowned for his ruthless efficiency and unwavering loyalty to his people. He is a seasoned warrior who has fought in countless battles, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. With his immense strength and combat skills, Conquest strikes fear into the hearts of his enemies, showing no mercy as he crushes all who oppose him. So during the Invincible War, evil versions of Invincible almost destroyed the entire Earth. Mark Grayson is feeling down and depressed as he helps with the cleanup effort after the devastating battle. Suddenly, an old Viltrumite named Conquest arrives to inform Mark of his Viltrumite duties. He warns Mark that if he doesn't help take over the planet, he will be replaced and killed. But Mark tells him it's not a good time, only for Conquest to reveal that he was sent specifically because the Viltrum Empire knew he would resist. As they charge towards each other, causing a massive shockwave, Conquest overpowers Mark and crushes him through a building. He then taunts Mark with the words of Anissa, the woman who previously tried to convince Mark to let the Viltrumites take over Earth. Conquest admits that he doesn't care about the Viltrumites' plans and simply enjoys the challenge of fighting someone as powerful as Mark. Mark uses his anger and frustration to punch Conquest, but it seems to have no effect as Conquest smiles and praises Mark. Mark then launches himself at Conquest, sending him crashing through another building in an intense struggle. Mark finally manages to punch Conquest into orbit as Conquest sends Mark hurtling towards the stratosphere with a grin on his face. Mark tries to break free, but to no avail. Conquest then declares enough games and lands a punch on Mark, shattering one of his precious monocles. Mark plummets down at breakneck speed, getting pummeled by Conquest along the way. His hand clutches at his eye, which is throbbing with pain from Conquest's blow. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Debbie and her boyfriend Paul watch the battle unfold on the news with concern. Oliver, Mark's half-brother, rushes out to help, but it seems like a futile attempt. The two superpowered beings move at a speed too fast for him to catch up. Despite Mark's attempts to reason with Conquest, the Viltrumite refuses to stop, thoroughly enjoying the battle. Just as all hope seems lost, Oliver launches a surprise attack on Conquest, distracting him for a moment. Mark sees this as his chance to save his younger brother and throws him out of harm's way. But Conquest quickly regains his composure and shoves Mark down with his elbow at his neck. In a last-ditch effort, Mark headbutts Conquest, much to the villain's amusement. Catching Mark's last punch, Conquest smirks and remarks that if this is all the strength he has, he will likely die. The battle between Conquest and Invincible intensifies as they clash with brute force and unimaginable speed. Mark lands a fierce punch on Conquest, but the latter quickly recovers and sends him flying as Adam and Betsy Wilkins sat glued to the TV watching the breaking news. They couldn't believe what they were. Seeing the media had mistakenly identified Conquest as Omni-Man, and the whole world was watching as the invincible superhero was getting pummeled by his foe, but their shock turned to absolute disbelief when Eve, who had been in a coma for 2 days, suddenly woke up and saw the carnage unfolding on. The screen, desperate to help Eve, accidentally revealed Mark's secret identity as Invincible. With a fierce determination in her eyes, she ordered a doctor to contact Cecil and arrange for transportation to the battle zone. Meanwhile, Conquest was tossing Mark around like a ragdoll, revealing that he had even met Nolan when he was younger, proving that he was much older than Nolan appeared to be. Just as it seemed all hope was lost, Oliver once again appeared out of nowhere and caught Conquest off guard, helping Mark up in the process, using Conquest's advanced age as a reason they could beat him. Oliver attempted to turn the tide of the battle, but Conquest was not one to be underestimated, and he quickly swatted Mark away to fight Oliver. In a gruesome turn of events, Conquest punched Oliver so hard that he lost many teeth and broke his arm. The ruthless villain then attempted to rip him in half, but Mark intervened just in time. Meanwhile, Cecil's med team arrived to pick up Oliver and rush him to the hospital. As the battle continued to rage on, Debbie was filled with concern for Oliver's safety, but her boyfriend Paul did his best to comfort her. William, Rick, Amber, Bennett, Gary, and Art could only watch in horror as Mark was overwhelmed by the sheer strength and power of Conquest. The battle between Conquest and Invincible intensifies as they clash with brute force and unimaginable speed. Mark lands a fierce punch on Conquest, but the latter quickly recovers and sends him flying into a destroyer ship. Just as Mark struggles to get back on his feet, Eve arrived on the scene. Eve arrives on the scene, determined to help her friend. However, her arrival only adds to Mark's anxiety, knowing that Conquest is not someone to be underestimated. Conquest unleashes his wrath on both Mark and Eve, breaking Mark's leg and impaling Eve. Mark holds a dying Eve in his arms, his heart aching with grief and despair. But even in the face of such cruelty, Mark refuses to back down. With all his strength, he declares that he won't let Conquest live to see another day. Conquest, however, sees Mark's compassion as a weakness and relishes in the battle, licking the blood from his finger. Mark knows that he is no match for Conquest's strength and speed, but his determination to protect his loved ones pushes him forward. The two clash with such force that Mark breaks his forearm, while Conquest's cybernetic arm is destroyed. In the heat of the battle, Eve rises from her near-death state, her body rebuilt and stronger than ever. She unleashes a beam of energy that burns much of Conquest's skin, and Mark seizes the opportunity to pummel him relentlessly. With his body battered and bruised, Conquest lunges at Eve, intent on killing her. But Mark refuses to let him lay a finger on her. The battle between the three rages on, each moment more intense than the last, as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. As Mark lays on the ground writhing in pain, Conquest towers over him, ready to deliver the finishing blow. But in a sudden burst of adrenaline-fueled rage, Mark headbutts Conquest, causing his face to deform under the impact. With his opponent momentarily stunned, Mark crawls towards Eve, who lies naked and unconscious on the ground. As he cradles her in his arms, Mark confesses his love for Eve, tears streaming down his face. Just as he fears that she's gone forever, a surge of energy courses through Eve's body, and she opens her eyes, revealing that she's alive. With renewed determination, Mark and Eve join forces to defeat Conquest once and for all. With a combined effort, they overpower Conquest and deliver the final blow, sending him crashing to the ground in defeat. As the dust settles and the battle comes to an end, Mark and Eve stand victorious, their bond stronger than ever. Together, they have overcome insurmountable odds and saved the world from destruction. But the fight is far from over, and new challenges await them on the horizon. As they look towards the future, Mark and Eve know that they can face anything as long as they stand together. As the dust settles and the battle comes to an end, Mark and Eve stand victorious, their bond stronger than ever. Together, they have overcome insurmountable odds and saved the world from destruction. But the fight is far from over, and new challenges await them on the horizon. As they look towards the future, Mark and Eve know that they can face anything as long as they stand together. The battle against Conquest serves as a testament to Mark Grayson's growing strength and resilience. Despite facing one of the most formidable foes he's ever encountered, Mark refused to give up, drawing upon his inner strength and determination to protect those he loves. This battle is just one step on Mark's journey towards becoming the hero he's destined to be. As Mark reflects on the events that transpired, he can't help but feel a sense of unease. He knows that there are greater threats out there, waiting in the shadows, biding their time. Chief among them is Thrag, the ruthless leader of the Viltrumite Empire. Thrag's power and influence loom large, casting a shadow over the galaxy. Mark knows that one day he will have to face Thrag in battle, and the thought fills him with both fear and determination. But he also knows that he cannot do it alone. He will need the support of his friends and allies, as well as the strength that comes from within. As he gazes up at the stars, Mark vows to continue training, to continue pushing himself to be the best hero he can be. And as Mark looks towards the future, he can't help but wonder what lies in store for him. Could he one day rise to become the king of the Viltrumite Empire, leading his people with wisdom and compassion? It's a daunting thought, but one that fills Mark with a sense of purpose. He may not know what the future holds, but he knows that he will face it head-on with courage and determination. The battle against Conquest may be over, but the journey is far from finished. Mark Grayson stands on the brink of greatness, ready to face whatever challenges come his way. And as long as he has the love and support of his friends and family, there's nothing he can't accomplish. The future is uncertain, but one thing is for sure: Invincible will rise to meet it, ready to face whatever comes his way. So this is it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this.